All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. Bitcoin is once again hitting above $10,000 per BTC. We are hitting 2020 highs right now. And with a permissionless, censorship-resistant, decentralized, hard-capped supply of only 21 million, how many Bitcoin do you need to be in the richest 1% of BTC holders? Let's talk about it. According to analyst Jake Levison, BlockWorks Group analyst Jake Levison, if you own 0.28 BTC, you're statistically guaranteed to be in the richest 1% of the world in BTC terms. Stack sats, fam. Today might be the last chance to get them this cheap. Might be. But newsflash for anybody watching this, to whom this may concern. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. You don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can start with a piece. Get off zero. Now, if you're a skeptic, if you're feeling a little skeptical about this and you think 0.28 BTC to become the richest 1% in the world in terms of BTC, if you're feeling this way, let's break it down. If you appreciate our daily videos keeping you informed about cryptocurrency, hit like, hit subscribe, and as BTC blasts through 10K again, the Bitcoinist, this publication, recently reported that just 2% of all addresses hold 1 BTC or more. Of course, many people could hold more than 1 BTC spread throughout various wallets. However, the actual number of people who own a whole Bitcoin, one whole Bitcoin, is really quite small, at somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million people. So less than 1 million people from on-chain analytics own a whole Bitcoin. Less than 1 million. This is the beauty of a hard-capped supply. Now the question is, let's pretend this isn't hopium. Let's pretend that Bitcoiners are right. The question is when? When can this happen? Well, some loyal subscriber asked, circa 2040, meaning maybe in 20 years this can happen? Well, maybe earlier. In 2030, the average holdings are only going to be about 0.01 BTC. This, of course, assuming that Bitcoiners are right, assuming 1 billion users are on the network in the next 10 years. Total, 1 billion users. And to back it up, he uploaded a blog post, originally by Unchained Capital's Parker Lewis, called Bitcoin Obsoletes All Money. He uploaded a graphic showing that this could possibly be the case by circa 2030, the next 10 years. This is when average holdings are going to be about 0.01 BTC, and there are 1 billion users on the network, if Bitcoiners are right. But check this out, supply versus demand, illustrative. The green line represents the inelastic fixed supply, right? There's a hard cap of 21 million Bitcoin ever. Caps off right here. The blue line represents the uncapped global demand in terms of adoption. The vertical is adoption, the horizontal is years. So right here, where we are right now, 2020, 100 million users on the network. And although in terms of adoption, we've seen the steeper adoption curve already hit in the last 11 years, by 2030, we still curve up if Bitcoiners are right, and it becomes about 1 billion. Now, if we move to this chart right here, the average Bitcoins per user, this green line represents user adoption divided by the Bitcoin in circulation. So right here in 2020, the average holdings are about 0.2 BTC per person. Based on the adoption curve, if we hit 1 billion users on the network in the next 10 years, what's the average going to be? Well, according to this, it's 0.02 is going to be the average holdings in 10 years. So if Bitcoiners are right, or if you believe they could be, comment down below, like the video, and stay tuned. I have 3 pieces of news, things you should know if you hold cryptocurrency. So, like always, first piece of news, Coinbase becomes a direct Visa card issuer with principal membership. Now, this is the first pure crypto company to get a principal membership with Visa. So what's this mean? Well, now that Coinbase is a principal member, according to a February 19th announcement, this will allow Coinbase to issue debit cards without relying on third parties. Now, Coinbase has been working with Visa since 2019 when it launched its Coinbase card in the UK, so you might already have the Coinbase card. Well, now it can issue debit cards without asking anybody. The debit card allows users to spend cryptocurrency as cash anywhere Visa is accepted. The card has since been made available in 29 markets with 10 cryptocurrencies supported. Now, as a principal member of Visa, what's this really mean? Well, principal members of Visa are financial institutions authorized to issue some types of payment cards. So this means that in theory, Coinbase could issue cards to other crypto companies, though it's not clear if it plans to use that power immediately. So Visa is throwing its support officially behind Coinbase. Now, discussing the Visa approval, Coinbase said, and I quote, "Membership will enable us to offer more features for Coinbase card customers, from additional services to support in more markets, all elements that will help to evolve and enrich the cryptocurrency payment experience." So to sum it up, this Coinbase crypto Visa card may be coming to a country near you sooner than you think. Now, you may be worried. Maybe you're saying, whoa, that's a lot of power to give Coinbase. And maybe you're right, because Coinbase wants 25% of your crypto staking reward. As you know, Coinbase made news multiple months ago when they said, if you buy Tezos and hold the altcoin Tezos on our exchange, you're going to get a staking reward. You don't have to pull it off. You keep it there, we'll give you that staking reward. Well, they're going to take 25% of it. Well, the fee structure on their website has now been updated. If you stake your assets with us, your reward will be determined by the protocols of the applicable network. This is fine. This is normal. Yet Coinbase will distribute this reward to you after receipt by Coinbase, minus a 25% commission. So they're taking 25% of your Tezos. Just so you know. I mean, obviously, you stake them on your own, you'll keep it all, pretty much. If you want to use Coinbase to do it, they'll take their cut, which for them is the cost of doing business. Next piece of news, huge red flag. I'm surprised most other crypto channels, they're not reporting this. This channel will keep it real with you. Bitcoin SV, the altcoin, their mining pool confirms the rumors that Calvin Ayre is a major shareholder, meaning this man right here. Well, what does it mean? The confirmation reveals Ayre wields 62% of Bitcoin SV's hash rate. Now, this is highly centralized. This is a huge claim. Well, let's back it up with facts. Mining pool operator Tal has confirmed rumors that Calvin Ayre holds a substantial shareholding in the company. Now, Tal just made news on this channel a few weeks ago when they made news because they said that they recently switched from mining Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin SV. Now, at the time, people assumed, and Tal even said, we're switching over the proposed BCH potential 12.5% miner tax. That could have been it, but now it's coming out that really Calvin Ayre, who is a big Bitcoin SV supporter, he's controlling it anyway. So it could be for both reasons. Now, this is the Tal mining pool. Now, keep in mind, this is just for Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. If we look at Bitcoin, the OG Bitcoin's mining pool, we see Poolin, F2 Pool, BTC.com, and Pool, via BTC, Slush Pool, Bitfury. Tal is not mining Bitcoin at all. But because of disclosure, we now know who controls the majority of Bitcoin SV, hash rate. In a press release dated February 17th, Tal announced an asset purchase agreement between itself and 3 companies affiliated to Ayre. These companies were to provide over 50,000 non-operational cloud computing units located in the United States. Now, stay with me. This can get a little wordy, but it's going to make sense. The aggregated purchase price of these assets were reportedly to be approximately about $4 million each, which Tal intended to satisfy by the issue of non-voting participating shares, NVPS, non-voting participating shares. This is going to come back into play. So he's getting all these shares. And the press release also noted that Ayre also currently holds a convertible debenture, which is due to be converted into common shares in Tal on May 1st, 2020. So he'll own common shares as of May 1st. He's about to get a huge amount of non-voting participating shares, NVPS, and it all comes into play right here. Following this date, May 1st, 2020, the non-voting participating shares will be subject to an exchange agreement so that if AYRE's holdings of common shares, regular shares, if those fall below 40% of the company, the non-voting participating shares will be converted into common shares until he once more holds 45% of the company. Now, what this means to you is this is confirmation revealing that AYRE wields 62% of Bitcoin SV's hash rate. Huge red flag. I mean, what's more to be said? This channel made history yesterday. We made history. Were you there? We did our first interview / live stream interview with technical analyst, Bitcoin evangelist Tone Vays. If you want a TA perspective and is just to hang out, very long form, and to understand more of who Tone Vays is, check out this live stream. Valuable information was had in here. That's the video for today. My name's Austin. Like always, I'll see you tomorrow.